everyone, welcome back. My name is Morgan. This is my channel Pisces Paperbacks, and today I'm starting a new reading vlog. I've just been really in the mood to read lately, and also like making the time to read instead of just like watching YouTube videos for hours and hours on end or going on TikTok all the time. But I've been reading a lot, especially the past few days, and I thought that it would be a good idea to actually like film a video while I am finishing books. So let me give you the little update of my past couple days. I have read 4 books in 3 days. And some of them were short, like one of them was a graphic novel and one of them was a novella, but the other 2 were both like 400 pages. So like really happy with that. Right now I am 25% into The Dead in the Dark by Courtney Gould, which is a YA horror mystery that came out I think in August, and I actually have a NetGalley arc on my Kindle that I got like months and months and months ago, and if you've been watching this YouTube channel, you know that I actually take several months off of just reading, just every once in a while. Not on purpose, but it happens, and I didn't read like any of my NetGalley arcs. Everything that I have an arc for has already been published, so my goal is to try and finish basically all of them before the year ends. So I'm reading that one right now. It is about a girl named Logan whose parents, her 2 dads, are paranormal investigators, like they have a paranormal show, and they have returned to her parents' hometown, and there's a lot of secrets being kept and a lot of mistrust, especially centered around the fact that a teenage boy went missing very soon after her dad came back to town. I'm not like loving it so far, but I'm also like not hating it, so we'll see how it goes. That's where I am, that's what's up, and I hope you enjoy this video.
Hi again, everyone. It is 1 a.m. Thursday morning, so like Wednesday night. I got home from work a little bit ago, brushed my teeth, washed my face, and I'm gonna be staying up as late as I need to finish The Dead in the Dark. I was about 25% in when I saw you last time, and now I'm about 60% in, and I have to say for the first like quarter, I wasn't like loving it. I was feeling incredibly neutral, like 3-star territory. However, I have become entirely hooked, entirely obsessed. I need to know what's going to happen. I love like the paranormal elements that are being brought in. I really like the characters. Logan, I don't know if I said before, she's the daughter of the paranormal investigators, and she's kind of teamed up with Ashley, who is like the girlfriend, maybe ex-girlfriend of the first kid who disappeared, and they are like they teamed up to kind of like try and find Tristan, the guy who disappeared. And so it's like, I really like the bond forming between them. I love in books when there's like, also stop it. Something that I hate in books is when the characters like aren't investigating, like they're not doing anything to actively try and improve or move their situation forward. And in this book, Logan and Ashley are like definitely doing that. Like they're being go-getters, they're asking questions. But I will say my biggest problem with this book is that one of my least favorite tropes in anything is when there is someone who is very clearly, obviously, and openly keeping a secret from the main character about like whatever situation is happening, and is refusing to tell them, and is like, oh, it's better if you don't know, or like, I'll tell you when this situation is over, or something like that. It happens like in all types of media, not just books. And usually when it happens, there's like maybe 1 or 2 conversations where the main character is like approaching someone with more information. They're like, and then the person's like, no, I'm not going to tell you. When I tell you, that has happened every single time one of these characters has interacted with any adult in this entire town. Logan has tried to ask her dad's questions literally like 5 or 6 times, and every single time it's like, it's better if you don't know. We'll tell you when this is all over. And I'm literally like, just fucking tell. Like, obviously, that decision has not made anything better. What are you... And it's always, like, in Logan's mind, she, like, has, like, some sort of zinger about how, like, they've never trusted her and, like, you know, like, well, all whatever. And she never says it out loud. And I'm like, why aren't you making them feel bad about this? Because it's obviously affecting you negative. Maybe I'm just confrontational, but I would not be taking it lying down the way she is. Like, and not that she's like taking it lying down. She's like obviously, again, doing her own investigations. But like, I would have been fucking pissed already if I were her. And she is being very calm, compared to how I would be, because I would have been screaming at my parents already, like, bro, what the fuck? People are dying and you're just like refusing to tell me because it's like better that I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna stay up and finish this. I'll see you when I'm done. I really liked it. There was a scene, there's finally a confrontation scene, and it just made me full cry. So I really liked it. I thought it was really sweet. I thought there was maybe like, there's like 2 chapters that are both epilogues, and I feel like we maybe didn't need the second one, but I really, really liked it. I thought it was really sweet. There's like an info dumpy like explanation scene that happens, and it's like interesting, but it's also like, I don't know, I don't want to spoil it, but oh, hi Elsa. Also, Marcy in my lap the whole time. Big baby. It was really good. And it's like almost 2:30, so it's time for me to go upstairs and go to bed. I'll see you tomorrow. I think I've decided I want this to be like a reading vlog where I read sapphic spooky books, because I have a couple other ones that are like witchy and gay on my Kindle, and I might check them out. So good. I really liked it. Good morning. I am on my walk with Haley today. I don't have work today, which means that I take her on 2 walks, and then I'm also going to take my dog on a walk. So I have 3 dog walks in the cards for today, which is exciting, but I'm also going to be making bread, but that's not about reading, so let's move on from that. I finished The Dead in the Dark last night. I really, really liked it. I'm probably going to end up giving it like a 4.5, but I really ended up liking it. What I'm going to read on my Kindle during this walk and like throughout the rest of the day is Payback's a Witch by Lana Harper. I also have that ebook from my library. Super excited about it. It seems to be kind of like witchy small town vibes meets John Tucker Must Die, which is exciting. It's about a witch, I don't know her name, and she comes back to her small little spooky hometown, and I guess previously she had like a pretty devastating breakup with some guy in this town who like kind of humiliated her. And so when she comes back into town and she sees like her best friend had been dating that guy and had been 2 times by him with this other girl, the 3 of them kind of team up to get revenge on him. And I believe the main character, whatever her name is, and the other girl, not the best friend, the other one, kind of get a little close, and I believe it's their romance. So very excited. A lot of people have been reading this book like in conjunction with the X-Hex. So I've seen a lot of people's reactions to this book, and it's honestly been like a pretty lukewarm. I haven't seen anybody like really, really loving it, but I'm hopeful. So it's a bit later. Elsa! Bread is going through, let me see if I can show you. It's first rise, she's sleeping, and so I'm gonna take my dog on a walk. I'm 60 pages into Payback's a Witch, and it's about, I told you the like general synopsis earlier, but the main character's name is Emmy, and she teams up with her best friend Lyndon and there's like 4 founding families of this like magical town, Thistle Grove, and I guess every 50 years there's some sort of competition to see who's going to like be the magical leaders of the town for the next 50 years, like between those 4 families. And there's one family that's always won, like for the past 300 years. The heir to that, the one who the guy who will be competing for that family is the guy who like fucked over all 3 of these women. So the 3 girls, 2 of them are the heirs for their family, and then Lyndon, the friend, is her brother is, and so they're all teaming up to try and stack the decks against the Blackmores for the first time in 300 years. So I will have to say I was a little nervous about like not caring about the plot, because like romances have the external plot and then the emotional internal plot with like the actual romance, and oftentimes I just like don't care about the external plot, but I'm interested, I'm intrigued, I like the way the magic is shaping up, and having a good time. And I just feel like it's very seasonal. I don't know if, oh I do, you know, just having flour all over yourself. Just cash.
Just me and my best girl walking on a beautiful November afternoon. I love the fall. I used to think I loved spring the best, but having to go, like being forced to go on a walk every single day in the spring, summer, and fall, the fall is just superior. It's beautiful and it's nice out and it's just, I love it. We're back from our walk. Miss Marcy here is very tired, but it was a good one. I am now 100 pages into Payback's a Witch. The gauntlet, like the competition has begun, and there has been some flirting with Talia. And something that I really appreciate is that both of the main characters already knew that they were into girls before the start of the book. So it's not like a situation where one of them's always been into girls and the other one's like discovering their sexuality or anything like that, which is a very, that is a valid story to tell. The Dead in the Dark, that's like the situation in The Dead in the Dark, and I really, really loved that. But it's also, nice to see both of the characters acknowledging their identities like right off the bat, like no hesitation there. So really liking that, and I really like the competition setup as well. I honestly am liking that. Not that I'm disliking the romance, but there really hasn't been much romantic development, and I'm a third of the way through. So I'm really enjoying these scenes, and it's really fun to see Emmy like kind of have her bad bitch moments, you know what I mean? So thumbs up so far. All right, so the bread is in the pans. We're going to be resting for an hour, but I have to go walk the dog again a second time. And leaving my house, getting there, walking the dog, and driving home takes an hour and a half. So I will just, I don't know. Not to brag, but the bread came out beautifully. Like, it's so beautiful. The last time I made this, it was also really good, but it wasn't as tall. And I think I either like kneaded it for the correct amount of time this time, or like, I don't know. Maybe I let it rise longer, but they look really good. I mean, this one's a little misshapen on the side here, but that's okay. We all have imperfections. Welcome back to this gay witchy programming. I'm here with your update that I finished Payback's a Witch, and it was really cute. It's right after 9 o'clock tonight, so I read it in one day, which is pretty good for me, and it was really sweet. I will say I stand by my opinion that I think the romance was not like the standout aspect of this book for me. I really ended up enjoying just like the world and the competition plot and like the Emmy as a character. And I really like Talia as a love interest. She's very interesting. But yeah, the romance itself and the romantic plot line was, it kind of like took a backseat, I felt, to a lot of the other plot. And it worked for me, but as it being a romance, I would have liked for it to be a little bit more prominent. I will also say that I was a little disappointed by the sex scene, because there are 2 makeout scenes that happen earlier in the book, like before they like have a night together, and those makeout scenes are like written very like not bluntly, but they're written as in like this was happening and then this happened, like actually describing like what was happening. And so I was like, oh, so it's gonna be like a full-on sex scene. But then when we get there, it's written very like moodily. It's written more in metaphor, I felt. I just didn't think that was, and then it fades to black, like not like right away, but like pretty early on, especially since the next chapter starts with like the next morning, and they've like apparently been going at it for a while. So like good for them, but I would have liked to read it. I thought it was really, really cute. I thought it was really funny. I loved the way the book wrapped up, I will say. Just from like my personal like real life opinions, the idea of, it felt like small town propaganda to me. Not that small towns are like bad. People who love small towns and living in smaller areas, that's
perfectly understandable. However, it was just very like, but isn't the small town bigger than better than the big old city? And I was just like, I don't know. It was especially funny since The Dead in the Dark is like almost anti-small town propaganda. It's about a very like insular, homophobic small town. So funny to read those back to back. But I really, really enjoyed it. I thought it was so cute. And I'm actually, since it's not even that late, and I usually don't go to bed until like 1:30 in the morning, and it's only like 9:30, I'm actually gonna start my next book. This is gonna be the third and final book of this reading vlog, because I feel like 3 is a good number to like round out this theme. And I have A Lesson in Vengeance by Victoria Lee, which is a sapphic, witchy, dark academia boarding school book. I've heard mixed things about this one as well, but I am interested to see how I like it. So I'm in a really good mood. I've just been in a really good mood for days, and I really liked The Dead in the Dark, and I really liked Payback's a Witch. So if I enjoy A Lesson in Vengeance, we can possibly round out this video with 3 4.5s. 4 4.5s. So let's see. I'm excited. I've also had my babies keeping me company right here, and then Elsa over there. She was sitting on my lap, but I had to get up and go to the bathroom, so couldn't stay there.
Hello, how you doing? I'm feeling very cute and autumnal. Really, every time I wear like a fall outfit, I'm just putting on this sweater. It's like my favorite thing. But I got these pants at Goodwill a couple weeks ago, and I'm like obsessed with them. But it's about 1 in the afternoon on Friday, and I am 30% into A Lesson in Vengeance. I realized I never like actually gave you a synopsis. I was just kind of like boarding school witchy stuff. So I think I can give you a little bit more of a description now that I've actually started it. So it's about, I can't sit down because it rained and the chairs are still wet. I guess I'll just kind of squat. It's about, oh my god, what's her name? Felicity. It's about Felicity, and she has come back to the Dalloway School for Girls to repeat her senior year after taking an extended absence after a tragedy happened. Basically, her best friend, girlfriend, died, and she is now back at the school, and there is a new girl who is this literary prodigy who is studying the history of the school, which Felicity was also obsessed with. So there was, at the beginning, the founding of the school, the Dalloway Five, so 5 young women who were students and who all died in a very short amount of time, and there's kind of this air of mystery around them and suspicion of witchcraft. So Felicity is kind of like coming back to the school and feeling like she's being haunted and trying to convince herself that she doesn't believe in magic. And then Ellis, the new girl, is kind of like looking into the history, writing something about the witches. And they are kind of, they haven't like really like teamed up. That's not what I want to say. But I'm 30% in, and they're really having like their first like real conversation. So yeah, it's okay. It's definitely, I mean, I would say it's my least favorite so far, but honestly, The Dead in the Dark also took this long to really like grab my attention. So I'm just going to be persevering. My goal is to, according to my Kindle reading speed, I have right about 3 hours left in the book. So I'd like to read an hour of that before work today, because I have to leave to go to work in a few hours. And then I will read a little bit when I'm at work, and then hopefully I will either finish the book tonight or tomorrow morning, and then this video will be posted tomorrow afternoon. So that is the goal. That's the plan. I'm just gonna go, I guess, have lunch now. I stopped at Starbucks after coming home from walking the dog, and I got an iced chai latte with oat milk because I like chai lattes. That shit was $5.81 for something that I drank in like 3 minutes. No, I went out on a limb trying to be cute, trying to get out of the house. Not happening again. It's not worth it. Even if it's delicious, it's not worth it. So that's what I'm thinking about right now, is how I spent $5.81 on a drink that was good, but not $5.81 good. Get out of here. Get out. Literally get out. Fuck off, you know? All right, it's time to wrap this baby up. Good morning. I finished A Lesson in Vengeance like an hour ago, and this is going to be the closing clip of the vlog. So I ended up not really caring for Lesson in Vengeance, unfortunately. It just honestly felt like nothing happened. I was just incredibly bored the whole time, and I didn't care about the characters. I thought Felicity, the main character, was interesting, but Ellis, the other girl, like, she wasn't a real person. She was barely a caricature of a person. She was just, like, to me, so flat. Everybody was so pretentious. I just really, unfortunately, did not like it. So my prediction of having 4 4-star books, not the case, but I did have 2 4-star books, so let me recap that. Dead in the Dark I really liked it. There's enough things that bothered me where I'm not going to give it a 4.5. I'm going to give it a 4-star, and I think that's really what it is deserving of to me. And then for Payback's a Witch, super enjoyable, super fun romance. I wish the romance had been a little bit more of the forefront, but I really liked the story, I liked the characters, I thought their chemistry was really good, and I gave that a 4-star as well. And then A Lesson in Vengeance is unfortunately going to be getting like 2 stars. By the end, I was really speed reading just to kind of get it over with, and that's like never what you want when you're reading a book, especially when it's a book that you've been looking forward to for so long, because A Lesson in Vengeance I've been following since like before it was even like announced that it had been purchased by a publisher. I like had seen Victoria Lee's like initial like tweets talking about the idea of the book, and that's when I started following like the book. So it's a little disappointing, but you know, I'll push on, you know what I mean? Anyway, that is going to be it for this honestly extremely successful gay spooky book reading vlog. I hope you enjoy it. Let me know in the comments if you read any of these books and what you thought of them. I highly recommend Payback's a Witch. I think the most out of all of them I had like the least issues with. I thought it was really just like a delightful, fun, quirky, funny romance, and I really think it's fun. And The Dead in the Dark as well. If you're already kind of interested but you're not sure about The Dead in the Dark, I would give it a shot. Lesson in Vengeance, honestly, up to you. You can take it or leave it. I say, honestly, probably a pass, which kind of sucks. But, you know, it is what it is. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!